Let me see what I look like.
I want to kiss my poster.
Turn. Okay. Now, like, lift your body up. Just get up there and kiss it. Just go kiss it.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Ready? 1, 2.
Perfect! Oh my god, capture! Oh, too late.
Oh, snap. Okay, we'll do it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Feedback. Hi everyone, welcome to K-Drama Hangout, your weekly review into your favorite K-dramas, episode by episode. I'm Kat, and with me I have Sarai and Melody.
Hi!
Today we will be reviewing The Scholar Who Walks the Night, also known as Pomegranate Zombie, episodes 5 and 6. If you missed our review on our episodes 3 and 4, please check the link down in the description below.
So, in episode 5, Songyul ends up telling Yongsung that she is no longer needed and will be sent to another city with her sister, which ends up breaking her heart as she begins to like him. Songyul had also lent money to Yongsung, and when she came to return the money to him, she couldn't find it. However, the prince ended up saving her by saying that he had left it with him for safekeeping. That is when Songyul discovers that Yongsung knows that the prince and his interest is piqued in Yongsung again. So now the love triangle between Songyul, Yongsung, and modern-day Myunghui has now become a love square, adding the prince. So in episode 6, Gui decides to look for Yongsung by ordering the king to arrest all the book merchants. But as the guards captured the merchants, Yongsung was able to hide herself from them. When Gui realizes she is not part of the merchants present, in anger, he ends up turning the merchants into vampires and watching them kill each other. Songyul seeks answers about 3 missing bodyguards and ultimately finds that the prince is the one who is trying to overthrow the current king and get rid of Gui. On the evening before Yongsung's departure, Gui happens to find her as she's walking past him and starts to pursue her. Songyul suddenly appears to save the day. To protect and distract Gui, as Yongsung runs back to his house, Songyul and Gui end up in a head-to-head showdown in the woods. But in Songyul's attempt to kill Gui with the dagger, Gui ends up turning it on him, causing injury and lots of blood loss. So I know there's like some OMG moments. I've already named a couple just by reading the review, the recap. So what are your OMG moments?
My first OMG moment was not really like an, oh my gosh, did that just happen? It was an, oh my gosh, they're so cute. I have a really bad case of second lead syndrome now because her and the prince are so cute. Like, the prince is so cute with her, and it breaks my heart because this is a Korean drama, and there's always a second male lead, and here I am with second lead syndrome. It's real. It's a real deal. It's a real thing. And plenty of people suffer from it out there. And we should start a support group. But, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. Like, when he like starts taking care of her, and like he's thinking in his mind, like, you know, be careful, make sure you eat your meals and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I wish you could like tell her these things. But yeah, so that was my first OMG moment. But at one point in episode 5, she like flashes back to where after she had been drinking with the prince and the prince had left. Sungyul came to like check on her or whatever, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, I know he's gonna come after the prince leaves because he has like spidey senses for her, like when she's alone and vulnerable. And so it flashes back to her thinking about him, like while she was drunk. Like the next morning, I guess she realized she had on those shoes. And they had their little moment, and when he was like watching her like confess her love in a drunken state to him, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so pretty. And then he kisses her. He kisses her on the street because he was like, you won't remember this in the morning or something like that. And so he goes and kisses her. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I kind of expected that to happen, but holy crap. Oh my gosh, that was my, like, probably biggest OMG moment from that. From episode 5, at least.
Yeah, I think taking back off of what you said, Melody, I'm gonna probably sound like a hater at this point, but I think that the two leads are not my style. I don't know. Like, I don't think their chemistry is as strong to me. I
Yeah.
think they're both great actors. Great, they play their characters well. But I'm leaning more toward the second male lead for her because of the fact that they work so much better than the lead two actors do. I know it's not going to happen. I can always dream, but that's just my personal opinion about it. But I think my leaving all the romance parts of this drama aside, I think my OMG moment, the biggest OMG moments were two of them. The first one was when all the book merchants got killed and started being turned into vampires and then
Yes.
killing each other. I was like, what the heck is going on, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, doesn't he know that people are going to start questioning? Like, all these group of merchants were captured, and then they all of a sudden disappear. There's going to be so many questions. Like, people are going to go crazy, you know? So I freaked out, because I was like, oh my gosh, what is he doing, you know?
That
And
I
then,
do. Whenever he first started doing that and he bit the two and he didn't like suck them dry or whatever, like he had only bit the second guy for like 2 seconds and I was like, he did not just like drink all of his blood just in the last 2 seconds. And then he was like, get up and go feed or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, is he creating an army right now? Like I thought he was creating an army. At first, and then like it goes to like the next morning or whatever where they're burning the bodies and everything. So obviously that didn't happen. But at first, that was my last oh my gosh moment from it was that he was creating an army.
yeah. And then the other time when it became an OMG moment for me was the ending of episode 6, the showdown between the two. I was ready for some stuff. I was like, yeah, let's get it on. Woo! So I was ready for some wow, wow, wow. Like,
Yeah.
you know, seeing my martial arts movies, I was ready for some kicking, you know? So yeah, those two were my two OMG moments, I think. Yeah.
I called a moment in episode 6. So like when they're like getting ready, they're trying to rush her off to Tumna and everything. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I guarantee you right now that her dad has the journal and she's gonna like find it in the move and that's gonna keep her from leaving the country because she's trying to get the journal to Samuel. Now, obviously, I mean, I don't know if she finds out that quickly that her dad. I thought that she was gonna discover that her dad had the journal. And then at the end where he's like digging, I was like, yes, 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 there it is. I knew it all along.
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling I had too. I was like, I was surprised, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh yeah, that I figured it was that because he was so adamant about don't do anything, don't say anything, hush your mouth, be quiet. And I feel like she's a lead for a reason. She's not just a lead for being a love interest to Songyul, but she's there for something more. That's why I feel like she's so such an intricate part to this drama, and we just don't know it yet.
I second all of y'all. Honestly, okay, so this might have just been me, but now I'm starting to get kind of bored, and so I don't pay attention as well, which is really bad when I'm supposed to be doing this after I watch it. But I don't know, like for me, I guess like episode 6 brought my attention back into the drama. Because like whenever we like got all the book merchants and stuff, at first I thought like, oh no, like here's another situation where Sonyeol is gonna have to go and like save Youngsun, but instead like she's able to save herself by like hiding with one of the kids that she sells or gives books to or whatever. But like once he turned the first couple into vampires and they all started attacking each other, I was just like, dang, like you could be someone great. Because I was really excited for Glee because he's really hot. So. But then, like, at the same time, I'm really starting to like the relationship between the prince and Youngsun, just like you, Melody. I really find them extremely cute. Like, there's just something there that I feel like the characters they're able to portray that connection better. However, I feel like it's also because of how the storyline is set up that the connection between like Sun Girl and Youngsun won't come together until he's like fully like he realizes his own feelings. But I feel like that's why you don't see the connection as well between them, because at least the person's like, yeah, I see her as a girl now, like blah blah blah, and she's over here like, I'm a boy. You never know I'm a girl.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have our president, our vice president, and our secretary chosen for Second Lead Syndrome Club.
Yes.
There you go.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Sarai, and I have second male lead syndrome.
Yes.
I'm Kat, and I proudly announced that I have second lead syndrome, especially in every other drama where like Ubin is involved because he's freaking hot.
Okay,
and his friends. Wait, sorry, I had another confusing moment. Okay. Yes, okay, so when Youngsun was hiding with the little boy, like little boy fell, he dropped the book, whatever, she went to go pick him up, but her necklace with the powder to like hide her scent or whatever fell off, and the bodyguard picked it up and looked at it and looked at the book, but then as she's like walking by Glee, she like doesn't have it back on her, yet then he's like, oh, the scent doesn't think you, it's hiding you, I can still find you, this will be interesting, and I was like, how the fuck
she did have it back on her, though.
But how'd she get it back? Did the Guardian, like,
I don't know how Sung-yeol ended up with it, because that was one of my questions, because I thought the guard picked it up and, like, kept it with him. But somehow Sung-yeol ended up with it and gave it back to her and put it back around her neck. And he was like, he said something like, or no, maybe that was the prince that said that. I don't remember. But, he put it back around her neck, and then, but at first I was like, I don't understand how Glee is tracking her scent if she's got that on. But then I realized it's the scent that's left behind, like on the ground where she walked. Like that's how he was tracking them.
Okay, because also I think the way that Sung-yeol had found it when he was searching for Young-sung. When he went back to where they had told him, oh, she went to go see the children, and when he went back to go see the children, the pendant was on the floor. So it was there. So I'm assuming, I guess, that the guard saw it, didn't find her, and dropped it back on the floor in the exact same position it was in. It was in the exact same position, okay?
And then just took the book back to throw it away.
And I guess I don't know. But, yeah, I think that's what it was.
So when recording the dramas, directors usually call out a good take by saying print or a bad take by saying NG or no good. What would you give these two episodes?
I'm kind of like 50-50, you know? I think episode 5 was good, but it had a lot to do with, like, the romance between the two leads, and I was kind of like, yeah, that's okay, but can we get on to the action? Like, I was, like, really, like, I want to see some, you know, story progression with the action. Like, just the action. The main plot of the story was what I was looking for. And it didn't give enough for me to be like, yeah. So for episode 5, I am going to give it an NG, just because of that. But episode 6, I'm definitely going to print. It actually caught my attention. It took me there. I was really excited about the showdown. I really want to see what's going to happen in the next episode. I'm still a little disappointed that Myung-Hui still doesn't have a big role yet. Like, I haven't seen much with her. There was only one scene in these 2 episodes that she was in, but it didn't give me enough information. Just like a 1-sentence information. I want to know more, so I'm really intrigued by what's going to happen with her. So I'm waiting very impatiently.
Yeah.
I want to know. So those are mine. NG for 5 and a print for 6.
Awesome.
I'm the same as Sarai. Definitely an NG for episode 5, especially since, like, I don't remember anything, really. Like, I really don't remember anything in episode 5, but episode 6, it really stuck with me, so I'm gonna give that a print. So yeah, and I'm really excited because now it looks like modern day Younghui. I completely forgot her new name, but, like, she's evil, and so I'm really excited about this.
That's what I agree with you both too. I'm giving episode 5 an NG because it was more developing like the relationships than it was, I feel like, developing the plot line. Which I mean, in the long run, the relationships kind of contribute to the plot line, but it wasn't. It was kind of slow. The only thing that I remember from episode 5 was that I developed second lead syndrome. Definitely a print for episode 6 because it came back, like it went there, with the merchants eating each other. Like, I was like, what the heck is happening? And then with the showdown, oh my gosh. But I have to say, I was very disappointed with the wig that they had him in for the long hair.
Yes.
Oh, I was, whenever he pulled the hair out, I was like, oh yes, we're gonna see him with long hair. And then it was that, and I was like, what is this? It looked just like a black mop. Like, it looked terrible. It looked terrible, and I was like, he had the chance to be so freaking hot. Like, I mean, he's already hot, obviously, but with that long hair, I was like, oh yes, we're about to see him with long hair. He's about to get into some action. It's gonna be good. And then there was that wig, and I was like, what? I'm totally taken away from the action right now because all I could think about was how terrible that wig was. But yeah, otherwise it was a print because it went back to the action, and I feel like for me, my interest is finally re-peaked because I finally saw the journal again. Yes. Because, like, I've been feeling like, come on, like, we need to find it. Like, I know it's there. Like, Gui keeps saying, oh, I destroyed it. But clearly we already know he didn't destroy it because he's so worried about somebody finding it.
I think he's starting to second guess himself.
Just seeing that journal finally, like, takes away a little bit of the stress and re-peaks my interest. Like, okay, I can keep watching this because the journal actually exists. So, yeah. Okay, so y'all have some predictions for the next couple of episodes, I'm sure. What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't really know because currently, now that as you're talking about your NG and like print or whatever, like it reminded me how when I was watching episode 6, how they used the dagger that's supposed to kill vampires, yet they didn't die.
That's I think it's a thing where they have to use it under the full moon or something like that.
Oh, is that the only way?
I think so. Under a clear full moon, or Or also, that frustrated me too. Whenever they got into the fight and Sung-yeol stabbed him and he stabbed him right here. I'm like, no, you need to stab him over here. Like, I mean, just aim like 6 inches to the left and you would have gotten him.
Yeah, because I was
Oh,
really confused.
I forgot about this part too. I think it was episode 5. Whenever she was flashing back to like the moment that she had with him in her drunken state, and she was trying to remember everything. And she touched her heart because it was beating fast, but she reached out to touch his heart too, and it was beating. And I was like,
Vampires don't have hearts.
Yes!
vampire.
That's what I said.
So you're a vampire. But he was having like heart pains. And so and whenever that happens, he was having like heart pains and they played like the doo-doo, doo-doo, you know, and I was like, he's going to turn back into a human. This is going to happen. That's my prediction. Like, it's coming to life. And I don't know if it's going to be because he falls back in love being a vampire, if that like restarts his heart, or if it's the Hawthorne knife like slowly taking away his vampire abilities. But that's still my prediction. Like, he's gonna turn back into a human at some point. He has to. Oh, I have another prediction. Okay. I have 2 like major new predictions. I mean, kind of new. One of them is not really new. But this first one is brand new, okay? At the very end of the 6th episode, where her dad is digging up the journal, he says, he's like talking to the old prince, the dead prince, saying, yes, I will keep this a secret forever and ever so that she can continue living as my daughter. And he has the other half of that box that the current prince has. So if you remember, the current prince has half of a box, and Jin, the friend that he's looking for, the old friend that he's looking for, that he mistook her for in the first place, has the other half of that box. So you see that her dad has the other half of that box at the end of episode 6. So my prediction is that she is actually Jin, but she was already living as a boy whenever she met the prince previously, and that's why he doesn't think that she's Jin, because he thinks Jin was a boy.
That's interesting. You know, you make me think that she's the one who has to kill Gui. And then I guess that comes to where my prediction.
I feel like she's going to end up being the one to kill him too.
And see,
I
that's
think
kind
the
of,
only one who can kill him.
and see, that's kind of different from what I was predicting, because you know how I was saying, like, current day Young Mi, like, you can tell she's kind of evil. Like, she purposely was like pissed off and was like, I'm gonna kill these fish on purpose, even though my dad said not to, blah blah blah. Because she was upset that her dad sold her to Gui to begin with. So I was thinking, like, maybe because she's so upset, like, she's gonna be the one, or at least she's gonna attempt to kill him, and then that's how her and Sung-yeol get back together, because she's gonna like reach out to him and be like, I'm already close to him, like, give me a way to kill him, you know, like, they're gonna kind of work out together.
Yeah.
But now that you're saying, like, that actually, like, would make more sense, and it would be a better storyline too.
Also, I feel like somewhere down the line, his the lady that's helping him, the really pretty one.
Oh yeah.
I feel like she is going to betray them somehow. I don't trust her. I don't trust her at all. Because I know that in the past episodes they've kind of led to like a love story between her and Sung-yeol. Like, she has feelings for him, and Sung-yeol's like, you know, you can't do that. Like, you already know. And then she at one point was like, can I stay with you for the night, not as a woman, but as a friend, because I've never seen you this worried. So I feel like either it can go one of two ways. Either she's so jealous that he's got feelings for her and not, he's got feelings for Young, yes, Young Soon, that she's going to betray Young Sun somehow and not protect her at some point, or she's going to be like, okay, I love him and I'm going to support him in his decisions even if the decision doesn't include me.
I feel
So
like
it can go one of two extremes.
I feel like she's already proven and shown though that she's gonna backstab them. Because I mean, like she sent the person after her, like when he first started like showing that he cared about her. Like she already sent a hitman after her.
Yep.
And then after the fact that she wasn't even working with him, she sent someone to follow her. Like I feel like she's already showing the symptoms of I'm a crazy person and I'm gonna betray you kind of character.
And she almost slapped her across the face.
Yeah, but I think that was also showing more of her emotions and feelings towards Sungyeon because she was really concerned. It was like if anything happens, like it's your fault. So I don't know. She's someone that I like yet dislike all at the same time. So
I wish she wouldn't get bad though. She's so pretty. I love her. I'm so
beautiful.
jealous of her. Does anybody have any other predictions?
Not really. I stay with my predictions from last episode. I hope some of them come to pass, or one of them or something. I really do think the dagger is gonna play some sort of role. But now that you've mentioned like the box, and now that we've found the book, and things are starting to unravel, we're beginning to find the answers we're looking for. So I have no predictions this week. No.
Oh yeah. What's in the box? I can't remember if we know what's in the boxes.
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
I don't recall knowing anything about the box.
I just remember that it was a set, and the prince kept one for himself, and he gave the other one to his friend Jin. So it's been separated, and he's like talking about when these boxes get back together or whatever. Also, the shoes that he bought for her were so pretty. Oh my goodness.
I want to know when he's gonna give them to her, and if he's gonna be jealous about it because she already has nice shoes from Young.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I thought? When I was watching, like when Young Sol and Sangyoung were like walking in the woods, and then she saw her feet. She was telling him, was this a dream or whatever, and then I saw his shoes. I was like, he did not. Did he take the shoes? Did he see the shoes on the table and said, those look good on me, and then took the shoes?
They do look a lot alike, but then again, they don't. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Don't forget to share with your friends. Let everybody know. Facebook, Twitter, whatever else you're on. Just go for it. Social media, man. If you want to follow any of our social medias, you're going to find our links for the reviewers down below. So check on that, follow us, share, and make sure to come and hang out with us next week to review episodes 7 and 8. So until then, keep it dramatic. Bye.
Bye. Let's do this. I really want to do this. Okay?
Do what? Alabama.
Picture.
Wait, I don't know if I can picture while we're broadcasting. Oh, I can.
Oh, really? Ooh,
yeah.
fancy.
Okay, ready? 3. No, up.
Move up, like closer to his face. hold the camera. Look, Sarai.
Mm.
Hold the camera more like straight out to your side, like more of a profile shot than
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Hey,
This is
Dad,
very difficult.
a little bit closer. And
There,
then
stop,
down.
hold,
Go.
hurry. Yes!
Yeah.
Success!
Yeah!